228 with $23 million guaranteed. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins has to have like some kind of play in it, but I think my favorite part about it is how he broke that he was going to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because with all the rumors going around, like people going on his Peloton, picking his like 3 top teams, fake Peloton account, a house in Cleveland, and he decides to go to Arizona, and the way he announced it, in the weight room with the Cardinals shirt on, caption, source, me. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I mean, his top 3 picks at first, where he's supposed to go to Buffalo, Tennessee, or Green Bay, and then just shocks us all with this one. I really wasn't expecting this at all, but DeAndre Hopkins definitely had a source in this.
I think
former
so.
teammate, Houston Texan, and now they're back together. Maybe we'll see how they do this season. I don't know if it's going to be a big impact. J.J. Watt's kind of old.
Yeah.
Not washed up to say, but
I mean, he's a deep boy at one point in his career, so you got to give him some credit. I think that D-line's going to be crazy now.
Yeah.
No matter what. I think that might make him a title contender if Kyler Murray takes the next step.
The odds are actually said that the Super Bowl odds for them to win is 40-1, and for them to win the NFC remains at 20-1. I mean, not too much good odds there. You got Seattle still up there, the Rams with their great defense, and you got Stafford who's going to help out that offense.
Yeah.
So the NFC West is going to be pretty interesting. We got to see what the 49ers are going to bring after losing half their team to injuries last season.
Yeah, definitely. Should be interesting. But, I think it's a great signing for sure. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good signing. I would think I was expecting him to go to at least maybe Buffalo, or I was expecting him to go to Green Bay, help out that Packers team. Him and Aaron Rodgers teaming up, but Arizona is pretty shocking, and the source me thing is it's pretty funny to do.
Yeah.
Some of these guys come out with fake sources, or get their info out there before they even want to. So for him to come out there and just say the source is me, is a huge statement for him.
When he announced it, or the Texans announced that he was getting released, my first thought was automatically Pittsburgh. I thought he was going to want to team up with TJ, see what happened, and then I think if he did go to Pittsburgh, they would have been a real title contender this year.
They definitely would have been even a better defense than they are now. You got TJ, Minka. Their secondary is pretty well. You got Joe Hayden out there.
Devin Bush
at linebacker. So that would have been a scary defense to go against. Both Watt brothers coming at you quick.
100%.
For me, I feel like Lamar wouldn't have time, wouldn't be able to run or anything. So that would have been scary if that would have happened.
Baltimore fans, so I can see you not liking that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing that one, seeing both Watt brothers coming at you.
But Green Bay definitely makes sense too. I think he's from Wisconsin. He went to Wisconsin. Wants to go home. Didn't happen. Still a shock that he's in Arizona right now.
Yeah, it's went from the cold to the desert.
Yeah.
Speaking of the cold, did you see that his post he had? Him and his brothers are recovering from a workout, and their recovery is digging up. They were literally laying in ice water, like freezing cold water, in I think a lake or something in Wisconsin.
I haven't seen that, but I'm sure it's interesting.
And we're back again with another segment, and we're gonna switch it up here. We're gonna talk about me and Sean's top 10 quarterbacks, because I guess Lamar is not in the top 10, but I think he is. I think he's a top 5 quarterback.
I think top 5 that's just criminally overrating Lamar Jackson, but I do think he's a top 3 playmaker in the league. I'll give you that. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, and the top 10 is debatable for sure.
All right. Tell me what your top 10 is.
My top 10, I have Mahomes, Rodgers, Watson, Josh Allen, Dak, Russ, Brady, Stafford, Kyler, and then Drew Brees is retiring, but I think this year he was a better quarterback than Lamar.
You have Kyler
Quarterback.
Kyler over Lamar.
Yes.
Now I'm going to give you my top 10. You know Mahomes is first.
Yeah, 100%.
You got Rodgers second. I'll give Russ third. Lamar is fourth.
You're going to put him over Josh Allen?
I'm going to put Lamar over Josh Allen.
Josh Allen had a great year. I'm going to pull the stats right now. Josh Allen had
Here's why I'm going to put Lamar over Josh Allen. Here, let me explain why. Lamar has, in the past 3 years he's played, has not had a top receiver in this league. Not one top receiver. His best receiver I think he's had in this 3-year tenure is probably Hollywood Brown. And Hollywood Brown is 5'8" and a $180.
I do want to say this. I think Lamar would be a much better passer if he had a better receiver, 100%. But the Ravens overall drafting Hollywood Brown just does not fit to Lamar. Lamar does not have an arm like that, and Hollywood's just a burner. Like, he's gonna get by people, and then Lamar's gonna like either throw a duck or throw it under a little bit. He's good in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I'll give you that. His deep pass needs some work, but Hollywood just isn't a guy who gets open now. Like, Hollywood will get locked down. Hollywood, he's fast, but speed can only take you so far in this league. You need physicality, just like we talk about DK being physical. That's how DK gets open. He's physical enough to get past DBs who are just as big, a little bit smaller, and he has the speed as well to help him out with it. So Hollywood Brown has just the speed. He's a small guy. That's why Lamar's best target is Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews can get
He's
open.
good across the middle. They're easier throws.
Well, you wouldn't
Right?
use.
I mean,
You're right on that one, but you wouldn't use Mark Andrews to go on a deep go route every time or anything like that.
100%. But like, that's where my point is. Like, you're saying that he's better than Josh Allen. Is Josh Allen 5 for you?
Josh Allen's 5.
Okay. I think Josh Allen passed Lamar this year, 100%.
Josh Allen had Stephon Diggs this year. Stephon Diggs is I'd say top 3 receiver in this league.
Yeah.
Dude gets open. He's a playmaker.
Receivers, I'd go Hopkins, Adams, Diggs. Yeah, he's top 3.
Top 3. So Josh Allen has a top 3 receiver. Lamar's receiver isn't even the top 100. Lamar's best receiver is his tight end, Mark Andrews.
Okay.
And Mark Andrews gets double teamed because they know that's the only guy who will get open. I mean, Lamar had to deal with an old Des Bryant. Des Bryant's what, like 38, 36. He's old, hasn't played in 2 years. Had to deal with that. You got a rookie Devin Duvernay. I don't know why we didn't use Devin Duvernay, but all he has is speed there. You got James Prochet, Hollywood Brown, and Miles Boykin, which Miles Boykin is very inconsistent. So that's his receiver corps. One of the worst receiving corps in the league. See, you got Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs. He has Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley's I'd say like a top 20, maybe top 15 receiver.
Top 5 slot receiver though.
Top 5, definitely slot receiver. Dude is a playmaker. And he has, what's his other receiver's name? Josh Allen had another good receiver.
What's his name? Rawls maybe? No. I don't know. I know who you're talking about though. I know there's another burner.
So he has those guys. And then you got Mahomes. So Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. We all know this for a fact.
Yes.
But Mahomes has playmakers built around him.
Do you think that Mahomes makes them better or they make Mahomes better?
I think Mahomes makes them better.
100%. Yeah. Definitely
Makes them better, but still has playmakers. He literally has they're literally called the Legion of Zoom. You got Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, Gavin Pringle. You got speedsters all around.
Then Travis Kelce.
And then you got
Travis Kelce. Dump downs.
So I got this eye-opening stats here between Mahomes and Lamar in the 2019-2020 season. So Mahomes' record between these years is 25-4. Lamar's is 24-6. Not far apart. The touchdown to interceptions ratio, Mahomes 64-11, and Jackson 62-15. Then you got the completion rating, 66.1 for Mahomes and 65.3 to Lamar. QBR 106.9 for Mahomes, 106.6 for Lamar. And then touchdowns, Lamar's gonna have this because he runs more than Mahomes does. So you got Mahomes with 68 and Lamar with 76. Now that's close numbers between those two. And then with bigger threats with Mahomes that Mahomes has.
I mean, I could see it, but I'm trying to find a stat right now, but there was a stat. Sam Darnold is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
Terrible.
I'm a Jet fan, and I know. I go through the pain, and I can't wait until we get rid of him. But he passed for more yards a game than Lamar Jackson this year. He had a better QBR. There was something, but I think Lamar Jackson is a top 3 playmaker in football, guaranteed. I think it's Mahomes, him, and then probably Rodgers right behind him.
Yeah.
He can use his feet. He's super fast, but I don't think that he is a top 5 quarterback. I'll give you top 10 even. I'll give you top 10. I do not think top 5 can be an argument made for him. Because if you think about Allen is such a better passer than Lamar.
Allen is better passer.
100%. But he can use his legs too. Not as well as Lamar, but he can use his legs. The quarterback position was made to throw the ball. So like the running, I value passing for a quarterback over running.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just like an old head. Like I don't know. Like I just think that passing should be more important.
Oh, it definitely is. But you also need a guy who can get out of the pocket, make a play out of that.
Yeah, Josh Allen can do that. Josh Allen he's got good feet.
Yeah, Josh Allen's a big dude who can run.
Yeah.
But he also has bigger threats than Lamar. That's my case here. If you give Lamar a good receiver, which they're saying they're not going to get like Allen Robinson or Corey Davis. So I don't know what they're going to do this year. I don't know what threats we're going to have for Lamar again. So if you give Lamar a good receiver like that, maybe we have a chance of making it further than the second round in playoffs.
I do think the Ravens' window's closed a little bit though. You know, it's hard to win a Super Bowl on a rookie deal. Like they need to, if they think Lamar's the guy, they got to surround him with weapons to make sure he's the guy. So I agree with you. I think they should do everything they can to bring Allen Robinson in, or like Kenny Galladay, like someone like that can be Lamar's go-to besides Mark Andrews. Because once they extend him, they're gonna have to get rid of a ton of players on their defense. They're gonna have to get rid of players on the whole line. So I think that the Ravens' window's closing, so they do have to surround him, and I agree with you on that. But I still think Josh Allen's a better quarterback than him.
That's rough.
You're taking out Dak Prescott. He didn't play all year, but when he did, he was leading the league in passing yards, and he did for like 2 weeks after he got hurt. Yeah. So I think that I'll give my top 5 then. So it's Mahomes, Rodgers, Watson, Allen, Dak.
My top 5 will be Mahomes, Rodgers, Watson, Lamar, Allen.
I don't know. I can't believe you're still putting Allen over or Lamar over Allen. It's crazy.
I'm just gonna have to leave it that way. But that's it for this segment. We'll come back with the next one shortly after these commercial breaks. All right, we're back again here. We're about to talk about the Big Ten. Sean, you're a Michigan State fan, right?
I am.
And I'm a Maryland fan. So both of our teams are fighting it out, trying to make a 20 run. Feel bad for you though. You guys took an L.
We did take an L in Michigan, but it was their senior night. We were in Ann Arbor. I think with Sunday and Breslin, I think we're going to beat them. I really do on our senior night.
So the Big Ten standings right now, you got Michigan who just won the Big Ten regular season.
Yes.
And then you got Illinois, Iowa coming in 3rd, Purdue at 4th, Ohio State 5th, Wisconsin 6th. Maryland holds the top 7th seed in the Big Ten. Rutgers at 8, Michigan State at 9, Indiana 10, Penn State 11, Minnesota 12, Northwestern 13, and Nebraska in last. So the Big Ten is, I'd say, the best conference in college basketball.
By far.
You got straight ballers. I mean, Luka Garza, one of the top leading scorers in the conference for Iowa. They're a top team. They're ranked number 5 in the country. And then you got Ayo
Dosunmu, yeah.
Dosunmu.
Yeah, he's nice.
That guy is nice.
And Illinois also has Kofi Cockburn. He's great. Big. Michigan, they have Livers, Dickinson. They have so many just ballers. And as much as I hate Michigan, I got to give it up for them. They're playing really well this year.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you guys got Aaron Henry, the senior. Is he senior now?
He's a junior this year, but I do think he's going to leave. Test the draft voters at least.
I mean, he's a great player.
He's a bowler for sure.
And then you also got Rocket Watts. I mean, that guy killed us last year.
Yeah, I mean, Rocket Watts in high school he played with Melo Ball at Spire his senior year, and there was a game where he went for 60. And I just got so excited that he was coming to Michigan State, and he got there. First game he ever played, he was 10 ball over 7 times. I was so upset, so disappointed. But Michigan State's suffering right now because, you lose a player like Cassius Winston last year, you're not going to be the same team you were. We lost Xavier Tillman too, he was one of our leaders. But, I mean, Izzo has a month named after him for a reason. They say January, February, Izzo, April, so, I mean, I think Michigan State's going to get in. I think they're going to be in the last 4 and get a playing game against Drake. That's how bracketology has it right now. So I think if we beat Michigan once, we're definitely in. If not, we win 1 game in the Big Ten tournament, and then we're in.
I feel like if you win 1 game in the Big Ten tournament, you're definitely going to be in. It's between you and Indiana right now, and you guys
swept Indiana.
You swept Indiana, so that gives you the lead over them, the advantage.
Yeah.
maybe you guys upset Michigan this Sunday. I think you guys playing again.
I think so. I think we're gonna, because I mean, you look at our last couple of games. We beat Illinois. We beat Ohio State. We beat Nebraska. We didn't. I don't even know if we played Nebraska, but we definitely beat Illinois, Ohio State, and we beat Indiana twice. And we lost to Michigan, which is like, what are you gonna do? They're the best team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, as a Maryland fan, it's rough to watch them sometimes. You know, the only way that we're gonna make a 20 run, we probably won't, definitely won't. We don't have a big. Our best big is Galen Smith, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the dude. I just, you know, when you're not too fond of a player, I just don't like the dude. He doesn't bring much to the team. I feel like the only time Maryland has a chance to play good is if we get our three best players. You got Eric Ayala, Aaron Wiggins, and Daryl Marcel. You need those guys to step up and play good. And on Wednesday night, they didn't play good at all. Got upset by Northwestern 60-55. But we've had some big games and big wins. We've beaten Illinois, Purdue. Beat you guys, Michigan State. We won 73-55. That was our last game of the win streak on Sunday. And we beat Minnesota twice, so that kind of helps our case too.
But I think Maryland's in 100%.
They're going to be in. I'd say in 9 seed. If they win Sunday against Penn State and maybe win one game in the Big Ten tournament, could move up to an 8 seed. Nothing higher than that, between 9 and 8. But playing in the dance is going to be hard as well. You know, got good teams. I know Oklahoma State might be an 8 or 9 seed. Got to face them, so it's going to be a struggle.
I think that's where like our teams at least differ. But I think Michigan State's heating up right now. I think they're getting hot, and they might make like. I think we're gonna get out around 68. If we don't get out of the first 4 in, or the last 4 in, I mean, like, that's bad. As like a traditional blue blood program, we have like a great history. Last Big Ten team to win a final, so, and that was in 2000. But I think we're gonna get out of 68. I think we can definitely win 64 and beat a 5 seed, depending on who it is. And then 32 is where it gets iffy. I think we might be out then. But I definitely think we're going to make a little run in the tournament.
I feel the same as well. And the bracket for the Big Ten tournament starts out with like this. You get it starts Wednesday, March 10th. You got the number 12 seed versus the number 13. So that seed, it's probably going to be, you got Penn State and Minnesota playing each other. You probably got the number 11's facing the number 14, so
we should have Penn State and Nebraska, and then Minnesota and Northwestern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely got Northwestern and Penn State coming out on that one. Penn State's a really good team right now. I think they just upset somebody the other day, or they came close to it.
Let's see. Yeah, they blew out Minnesota. They only lost to Iowa by 6. They lost to OSU by 10. They're definitely playing good, but you know, you never know. This is March for a reason. It's the best month in sports.
That's why they call it March Madness. You know, Maryland was hot a few games ago, but then that loss to Northwestern kind of killed it. And I'm not feeling too confident of going against Penn State. You know, we just don't have guys who can score consistently. Our defense is. I mean, we claim to have the best defense in the Big Ten, but some games I just don't see it. Just like the last one, it's just tough to watch. You know, that's why I think the Big Ten's the best conference. You just never know. It's any given day.
I mean, they have right now. I think there's gonna be 9 Big Ten teams to make the tournament, which is the most by far. I think the next one's like 5 with ACC or something like that. But it's crazy how good their conference got this year, and how like so many teams that aren't normally good are stepping up. Like Wisconsin, they've been traditionally okay, but Purdue's ranked this year. They haven't been that good since Carson Edwards left. Iowa, never like crazy. Illinois
has not been good. I don't even know the last time Illinois has been good.
Yeah, I mean, Ao and Kofi are leading that team, and they're doing a great job. So I'm happy we beat them. That's a huge win for us.
Oh, me as well. That was shocking.
I was shocked. I looked at my phone and I wasn't watching the game because at that point I was just done with Michigan State basketball. Like I just did not want to watch it. We lost like 4 or 5 games in a row, I think, and I just did not want to watch it all. And I checked my phone and I was like, holy, like they're beating Illinois. Like I couldn't believe it, and I turned it on the TV right away, and it was just great to watch.
I felt the same way. Maryland started off the season very slow. I think we were like 6 and like we started off like 6 and I don't know, like 10 or something like that. 6 and 9 didn't look well, but we bounced back after that. But that's it for what we have for this segment. Next is March Madness, so see you then. All right, and we're back here to talk about March Madness. How you feeling about March Madness this year?
I'm happy now. At first, I was not happy, but I'm definitely happy now. I think Michigan State's going to get in. Right now, they're projected last 4 in with Drake, Xavier, and Boise State. And I'm happy that we're going to get a playing game at least. So
I'm just happy it's here. You know,
Yeah.
Maryland's in it. That makes me even
yeah,
bigger smile on my face. Well, let's talk about the teams that are in it right now. Top overall seed, you got Gonzaga. I mean, I really haven't like watched any Gonzaga games. I don't even know who they play, honestly.
I've watched a lot. I've watched Gonzaga a couple times this year, and I think that in the past those number 1 seed Gonzaga teams weren't that good. I think they were overrated. I think they played in a terrible conference, but this team I think is good. You know, they got guys like Drew Tim. They had Jalen Suggs, who's going to be a top 5 pick this year. And like I feel legit about Gonzaga this year, and I think they can make a run.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
First team out, they claim Seton Hall is going to be the first team out. Last team in, Boise State. That's kind of a shocker. I mean, haven't watched much of Boise State either. So it's going to be a surprise to see how they do. Last 4 buys, you got Louisville, Rutgers, Georgia Tech, and VCU. Now, Rutgers, I'm not feeling too hot about. They haven't been playing hot lately.
Not at all. They had a great start, and I'm so happy for Rutgers. They're usually at the bottom of the Big Ten. They have a great team this year. They have Ron Harper Jr. What's the other kid's name? I forgot. But like they're having a great year, and you can't knock them for that. But they're slowing down so much now.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they started off so hot. They were like a top 10 team,
Ranked and everything.
ranked, and then just it went downhill after that. So I think Rutgers is fraudulent for sure. But I mean, who knows? They can make a run for sure.
You got Louisville, Georgia Tech, VCU. I think those teams might be good in that position. Last 4 in, you got Drake, your team, Michigan State, Xavier, and Boise State. I feel like Michigan State definitely like wins a Big Ten game. They definitely get a last 4 buy-in, depending on how Rutgers does.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like they might play Rutgers first.
Maybe.
And if they do, whoever wins that's
going to be the last 4 buy. So
it's going to be even better.
yeah, what's Rutgers seed right now? Like 10 or something like that.
Rutgers is 8, and Michigan State is 9, and then in the Big Ten tournament, they 9 seed to play second round Thursday, March 11th.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could definitely happen, and I think that we split this year with Rutgers, but I think if we do play Rutgers, we're going to beat them.
And
I think we're getting hot at the right time. So.
Yeah. I mean, all you got to do is you got Michigan up Sunday, like we said, and then just deal your cards right and see where it goes. First 4 out, you got Seton Hall, Utah State, St. Louis, and Duke. Now, I talked about Duke in last week's segment, and we're going to bring this up again, how Duke, North Carolina, and Kentucky have had one of the most terrible seasons ever. These 3 teams have always been in the tournament since they haven't missed the tournament, all 3 of these teams, since 1961.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, Duke is supposed to be like
a powerhouse,
the best team in the country every single year, and you're supposed to hate them. Like this year, I love Duke. It's so good to see like an empire fall like that. Like I think Coach K is like 78 years old. One of the greatest coaches, probably the greatest coach of all time. Him or
Roy Williams.
Roy Williams is up there, but like I think that he's gonna retire soon, and I don't know what Duke is gonna be after that.
That's kind of scary to hear. You know, Duke without Coach K.
We grew up with him, you know. Like you grow up watching Coach K, like and getting mad at Coach K for beating your team.
That's like us growing up. Like once LeBron and Brady retire, who do you get mad at now?
Yeah.
You just don't know what to do. Next 4 out, you got Syracuse, SMU, Memphis, and Ole Miss. The SEC is kind of shocking this year, since Kentucky's bad. So you got like teams like Alabama playing good. They're ranked. I think Auburn's having a good season as well. So the SEC is gonna be a shocker as well.
Yeah. With the next 4 out, I think I've watched a couple Syracuse games and I've watched a couple Ole Miss games. Syracuse, I think they should be in the first 4 out, probably over Duke. I think they're good. I don't know what like their net ranking is or whatever, like how all this stuff goes into it, but just watching Duke play and watching Syracuse play, I think Syracuse is better than Duke.
Yeah.
They have guys like Buddy Boeheim, Joe Girard is good, Dolezaj, big man. So I think they're better than Duke.
The first 4 you got Wagner clinched their spot. North Carolina A&T, Xavier, Boise State. Xavier and Boise State didn't clinch a spot yet, but Nicholas State, Prairie View, they got their spots clinched. Then you got Drake and Michigan State. So in Region 1, I don't know which region this is. It's going to be Northeast.
I'm not sure which one it is, but I mean, it's 100% it's the best one. You know, Gonzaga's the number 1 overall seed. So.
You got Wagner, NC State, going to have to battle out for that one. And then Clemson versus Maryland. We faced Clemson earlier this year in the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and that did not go well for us at all. We had a 67-51 loss. I think we started off the game. Let me check. We started off the game. 38-15 in the first half. Turned that game off. I think like right before the half, seeing you only scored 15 points as a college team. That's terrible. But glad to see we picked it up since. We'll see how. If we face Clemson, see how that goes, how that turns out. Virginia you got Virginia facing Xavier at Boise State. Virginia's definitely going to be one of those teams. I don't see them getting upset like they did against UMBC a few years ago.
I agree, and I think that this part of the bracket right here, the 5, 12, 4, 13, I think that the winner of this, I think it's going to be Virginia or Texas, and I think they can beat Gonzaga.
Let's check out. Actually, they do have North Carolina in the tournament as a 10 seed, so that's shocking. In Region 1, Region 4 here, you got Illinois as the 1 seed. Wow, that's actually shocking. You got Illinois as a 1 seed.
They had a big win over Michigan, so.
Oh yeah, that
was a huge win for them.
Then you got Florida and UConn. Haven't really watched much of them, so I couldn't tell you. Kansas and Liberty. You know, Kansas is the only blue team out of. You got Duke, UNC, Kentucky, and Kansas. The only team
blue blood doing well this year. It's crazy.
Oklahoma is going to even face Drake or Michigan State.
I got Michigan State. I do. That's bias, 100%. But I'm going to take Michigan State in my bracket.
I think Oklahoma lost to Oklahoma State, right? Or was
I think so. They might have split, actually, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State.
One of them won the Big 12. Oh, wait, no, Baylor.
Yeah,
Baylor's a great team.
Big 12, I mean.
They got the 1 seed locked, so that's gonna be great.
The next matchup, Florida State Navy. I think Florida State, sleeper to go far. I think they could easily make the Final Four.
Really,
especially in this bracket. You know, like there's teams like, or they have players like Scotty Barnes. Like Scotty Barnes is going to be a top 5 pick this year, and he's a 6'10" point guard. And if he needs to, he can play the 2, the 3, or the 4. So I think that's hard to guard, especially in March Madness with like limited to no fans. You know, it's going to be hard to stop that. It's like an AU game almost.
Yeah. So that's it. That's how much time we ran out of time for that segment. We'll be back with you shortly after these commercial breaks. Oh, I forgot. Chicago's doing well this year. They're back.
Sleeper team. I mean, we can keep going through this, and then we can. So we have 2 segments left, right?
Yeah.
So do you want to keep going through March Madness?
Yeah. And then
we can do Deshaun, Big Ben, and Russ Wilson, just like quarterbacks in the NFL moving around.
Yeah.
For 6. If we need more time in this, then I can go on about UFC if you need me to. Like just like let me know, like give me like point to me or some shit.
We definitely talk about upsets we can see happen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like I didn't know how much time we had, so I was just like rambling. I can talk about March Madness forever. So.
I'm trying to see what upset would happen.
I mean, there's always a 12-5. Could be Wichita State.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Wichita State.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wichita State over Colorado.
Yeah. Then you got like the smaller ones, like the 10 over 7. I can see Rutgers beating BYU.
Definitely. Mizzou's gonna beat the Bonnies for sure. Actually, I don't know. I could see the Bonnies winning. You know, those small conference schools, like that's what kills you.
I don't think Villanova's gonna go far. Colin just got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That was a scary sight.
I didn't see it, but I heard about it for sure. On Instagram or something. Toledo, Creighton is so overrated. I think Toledo could beat them, and Creighton doesn't have their coach.
Actually, I think Creighton's pretty good. Other than they don't have a coach now.
Yeah, like that. They got coach.
Because they almost came back and beat Villanova the other day.
I don't know. That might be my upset. That one, I like that, and I really like Wichita State over Colorado. I think Virginia's might come out at the Region 1.
Alright, we're ready. Here we go. Alright, so we're back here again, but we're going to keep talking about the March Madness here. We're going to talk about what upsets we see, what teams we think are going to get hot at the right time. So we're talking, and you said you see Creighton getting upset. I
do. I think Creighton is so overrated, and now they don't have a coach either to go along with that because of his comment he made. I think Creighton has been overrated all year. When they had a coach, now they don't. Yes, they might have. He brought up they came back and almost beat Nova, but
they did upset Nova the first time they did play him too. So you get a comeback win against Nova, and then you come back from 22 points, but it was right after Colin Gillespie got injured. He had a really bad knee fall. Watched the thing happen. Kind of feel bad for him. Feel bad for the team losing such a great player like Colin. So Villanova, I don't see going far without Colin. You know, they might. I feel like they may make it to the Sweet 16, but that might be the ending point for Nova there.
Yeah, I agree, and I have two teams that I think might heat up also. One team I could see out of Region 1 is Virginia, for sure. They have good veteran leadership. They have Key Clark, he's a junior. Sam Hauser, fifth-year senior. So I think that, or Sam Hauser, sorry, but I think that they can get hot. I think they're going to beat Xavier Boise State for that playing game, and then I think Texas is too young to play them yet. So I think right there they're already to the Sweet 16, probably playing Gonzaga. Tough game, but we've seen in the past Gonzaga's like normally overrated because they play such bad competition, and they almost lose like 3 games a year every single year because of it. And then after that they have Tennessee and Houston. Houston's solid, but I really think Virginia could get hot.
Definitely. You got also in that region. You got West Virginia, and Wisconsin. I feel like I can see an upset there. I can see Georgia Tech upsetting Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's a good team, but they just aren't. The rankings isn't what they should be. I don't even think they should be ranked. They're ranked 25th right now, but they just got beat the other day. So
we'll see Monday. You know, they might not be anymore. It's changed every week, so.
Yeah, so I don't see them winning. They just lost to Purdue, and then they got Iowa next, so that's definitely gonna be not the greatest for them. West Virginia, I feel like West Virginia could make a Sweet 16 run, and then back in the tournament again, Loyola Chicago. I feel like they could make a run, but then they gotta face Michigan if they win. So I don't really see that ending well for them.
Yeah.
Especially since Michigan's a hot team in the Big Ten now. So that won't end well for them at all.
I agree. I think Michigan's the second best team in the country right now. And I mean they've lost to their best, so you never know. But it'll be good. I think Loyola Chicago is always gonna have that one crazy season with Sister Jean or whatever, and like there's nothing that's gonna beat that. But I think they get to the round of 32 here, beat UCLA, then lose to Michigan.
Yeah. Another upset I can see. I can see Louisville taking over number 7 San Diego State.
for sure.
Haven't seen much of that. Didn't you say you see the Bonnies beating a seven seed?
Yes, I can see the Bonnies going somewhere. I think those like small conference schools are just, it's so hard to get by them, you know? Like they're already clinched, they've been playing for like, they're mostly seniors, they've all been playing together for 4 years. Like, it's going to be hard for USC to beat them with Mobley as their best player, he's a freshman. So, oh, sorry, I had the wrong team. Missouri, I don't really know who's on Missouri this year, but I think the Bonnies can beat them. It's a 10-7 matchup. Another team I think could get hot, and this is super biased, but I think we're already getting hot. I think Michigan State gets hot this year. And I think we get to 32, maybe Sweet 16. I think we're going to beat Oklahoma. Florida State's going to be a tough matchup because, like I said before, I think Florida State's a sleeper. Like, I think they can go to the Final Four.
Yeah.
But if we get by them, maybe we have the Final Four in us this year as an 11 seed.
I can't feel the same about Maryland. I'm still getting hot right now. I see them. It's just, I don't see them doing anything right now. Speaking of that Northwestern game when they lost, it was kind of hard to watch because it was 54 points scored in total. And I'm about to pull up the stats here and you're about to be shocked when you hear this. It's 54 points in total that game. I'm about to tell you, the bench, guess how many points the bench had?
13.
0.
Really?
The bench had 0. You had Jaquarius Hamilton, Galen Smith, and Reese Mono. Jaquarius played 18 minutes. Galen played 7, and Reese played 6. In between those 3 guys, there was 1 shot taken between those 3 guys, and it was a miss. So they had 0 points.
Goose eggs all around.
So you got one guy playing 18 minutes taking 1 shot. Now, you're not going to win games that way.
No shot.
You're not going to win any games that way. Our leading scorer of that game was Aaron Wiggins, had a career high 26, played 38 minutes. Darryl Marcel, 14 points. Then your next 3 guys, Dante Scott, 4. Hakeem Hart, 6. Eric Ayala, 5. Eric Ayala shot 2 for 12.
But Eric Ayala's also, he's probably your best scorer. You know, like, you got to, like, let him put him off. He's going to have a bad game every once in a while.
It's him. The best scorers is definitely him, Eric Ayala, and Aaron Wiggins. And if they get hot, then they're on to something.
Yeah.
So playing like that and playing a good Clemson team in the ACC, you just won't go far. So I don't know how I feel about Maryland going into this tournament, but we'll see when we get there. UMBC's in it again, but they're not. I'm not feeling to shock the world again.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Especially against Luke Garza and that Iowa team.
Yeah.
They're too good for that. And Luke Garza, I think, top player, one of the best big men in the league, probably the best.
Yeah, I think he's the best player in the country right now. You know, I mean, I don't him. He's up there. Io's up there for sure. You know, I think players like I don't even know if who's playing good for Gonzaga, but I think Luka Garza is by far the best player in the country.
Oh, I agree. I definitely agree with that one. Colorado State, USC. I haven't really watched either of those teams, so don't know how I feel about that one.
I've never seen the Colorado State game, but I know USC. They have Mobley. He's a freshman, absolute monster. So I could see them winning that.
Taking USC then. West Kentucky and Texas Tech. Texas Tech is playing good basketball right now. Just beat somebody the other day, putting their student manager, so you know they're playing well.
Yeah. I think Alabama blows by Cleveland State for sure. That's no question. And then Alabama's another team I can see getting hot. Honestly, you know, they got guys like they have JQ off the bench, and that's saying something. Like JQ scoring 12 points off the bench, so I think Alabama has a really good shot to go far this year.
I agree. Well, that's what we have for this segment. Last segment's coming after these commercial breaks. So back again for the last segment here. We're going to talk about 3 quarterbacks, and we got trade rumors, contract extensions. We're going to start off here with Big Ben. Big Ben is officially back in the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'll be honest, as a Ravens fan, I love this very much.
I think it's good for you, but I'm going to propose like a little situation on why it might not be as good for you. You know.
All right.
I mean, he's on a 1-year deal. Yeah, 14 mil. It's a good contract. They're clearly still, they want to win again. You know, they had such a great start to the season. They started off, 10-0, 11-0?
11-0, yeah.
11-0, and they still want to win, and I think Big Ben is the best opportunity they have to do that. He's proven he's a good quarterback already. But being Big Ben, he's probably a Hall of Famer. You know, he's a great quarterback all time.
Definitely a Hall of Famer. Definitely.
And you think about that, 1 year he has to mentor somebody. So you got, they just signed Haskins. So he could be mentoring Haskins, and then Haskins might be much better than what he was that we saw in Washington. I also think they're at 24. There's some late round quarterbacks that they could draft. You got Trask, Mac Jones. I mean,
I definitely think Mac Jones is going to be a top 20 pick.
I think he could, for sure. I don't know if he will, though.
Because as I saw this.
I think there's just such a huge gap between the top 3 quarterbacks and the next 2 in this draft. So I think Jones is like 15 to 25-ish. That's my area. And if he falls late, then I could see him going to 24 to the Steelers. That would scare me a little bit if I was you as a Ravens fan.
I just think Big Ben's not anything like Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady's old, but Tom Brady can still play.
Yeah, he's still one of the best players in the league.
One of the best quarterbacks yet. Big Ben, I just think he's just not there, not as good. Like, he's aging, and it's not ending well for him. Just like Drew Brees. Drew Brees pretty old. What is he, 39?
Yeah, I think he might be 40 now.
Just turned 40.
Yeah.
As you can see, he kind of declined as he aged, unlike Brady, who's still
getting better as he gets older. It's weird.
It's like he's,
I don't know,
de-aging or something.
It's so weird.
But I feel like this is going to be good because, you know, Big Ben, I mean, he had a decent season, but not great, not his usual good season. He hasn't been playing well the past 3 seasons as he's aging. And then you got, he does have some threats at receiver, you know, Juju, Deontay Johnson.
That's a question right there in itself. Do you think Juju comes back now that Big Ben's back?
I feel like Juju does come back.
I've been thinking Juju comes back since the beginning.
But Big Ben also lost the center he's been playing with his whole life, and Pouncey, so I don't know how that's going to go. And going back to what you said about Mac Jones, I definitely think Mac Jones is going to be a top 20 pick because Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith both said he's better than Tua, and Tua had a
really shaky rookie season.
Yeah, very shaky. He had his ups and downs, got replaced by Fitzpatrick at some points, then took the spot back. So I feel like Mac Jones will definitely be a top 20 draft pick. The top 3 quarterbacks in that draft are definitely Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
But like then you gotta say, like, what do they do with Trey Lance? You know, he didn't play this year because the FCS opted out. They're playing right now, but he was the second best quarterback in that draft a year ago. You know, like people were putting him over Fields, whereas Zach Wilson is now. So I don't know. I think it depends on who needs a quarterback and who's looking. The Patriots, they definitely need one.
Oh,
but
of course.
They've never taken a quarterback. They haven't taken a quarterback in the first round since Belichick's been a coach. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to find the next Brady in the 6th round like they did the first time. They got super lucky, but like they could find the next Brady in the 6th round. Like it's what the Patriots do, and I hate them so much. But it's for sure that another quarterback that is making like some kind of trade rumors right now. He's a little hot in the water. Russell Wilson, which is shocking to me. But I think that there's more going on underneath that the public doesn't know about.
I mean, he did say that he's tired of getting hit. I mean, that O-line is just terrible. Terrible.
He went to the front office, right, and he said something to him, I heard, and now they're like, they didn't respond to him. They didn't give him an answer. So he wants out. I don't know where he's going to go. Like, I don't know what, I haven't really like looked into it too much to see what
the 4 teams I saw are, you got the Saints, the Cowboys, the Bears, and the Raiders. Yeah. Those are his top 4 teams that he's looking at.
I could also see him. I mean, Steelers won't trade him to an NFC West like rival, but he'd be electric in that 49ers offense, 100%. But I think he would.
I feel like Russell just isn't like he has the threats. It's kind of weird because he has the offensive threats. You know, you got Chris Carson, the great running back. You got 3 good running backs: Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, another good running back. Then you got star receivers. You got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. But when your O-line's just not helping you out, it kind of sucks. I mean, he's got hit more times than any quarterback in the league this past few years. So I would see why he's pretty upset about that. Getting sacked all the time, and in the NFC West when you got Darnold coming at you 2 times a year, and now you're gonna get J.J. Watt as well, and then Bosa, you got Nick Bosa, so you got those three guys coming at you, and that O-line, you're gonna take some shots.
It's gonna be hard, yeah. It's I think I don't know where he goes. I mean, I think the Cowboys would be interesting, but like they've had so much drama with Dak. I feel like it's got to end in a Dak signing. Like he gets a super max deal.
I feel like Dak should stay in Dallas. I mean,
I think he's played
their
great
guy.
in Dallas, and I think that Zeke plays much better with Dak. You know, like you saw that. He tried to play with Dalton this year.
Did not go well.
Awful. He was awful. So I think that Zeke needs Dak, Dallas needs Dak. So I think Dallas might be out of the question, but the Saints are super interesting for sure. You know, I mean, they could just literally go from one all-time great to another like that. So.
And then the Raiders, that'd be an interesting one. You got Derek Carr over there. I mean, and you got an okay Vegas team.
I mean, they're new to the city still, 2-3 years I think. So I mean, they don't really have a face of that franchise yet. So Russell Wilson could do that and like really bring publicity up to Las Vegas. So it would make sense all around, and they'd be a really good team with them, 100%. You know. What was the fourth team you said?
The Bears. He did say he would like to go to the Bears offense, and that could be well. You got a young offense. You got Ty Montgomery. You got Tyreek Cohen, and then you got Allen Robinson as your receiver. So that's a good target.
I think that even if Russ comes, I think Allen Robinson walks. I think he's disgusted by the front office because they didn't try and give him an extension sooner. You know, he's like a top 10 receiver in the league. But yeah, I think overall it's good. Russell Wilson, Bears, I could see that. But we're just about out of time, right?
Yeah, I got 30 seconds left.
So you guys can listen to us live at cougarradio.net. You can follow us on Instagram and give us a like on Facebook at Cougar Radio. You can also subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify to watch and listen to all podcasts, including ours.
Okay, that's all we got for you today. Good conversation with Sean here. We're going to be back next week with Sports with Kobe and Sean and bring back some more interesting news and get in some good arguments.
We got to.
See you then.